What's happening, guys? Today we're moving on to algebraic fractions. So in the last video we did multiplication. This is looking at fractions. And in the next video we'll do division. Okay, so let's start. Let's start with algebraic fractions, shall we? So numerical fraction, as we know, is just one integer or one number divided by another. So as an example, 5 divided by 3 can also be written as 5 over 3. Algebraic fractions are exactly the same thing, except we're using the symbols or the variables instead. So a divided by b or a over b. So let's move on and let's look at addition and subtraction of the algebraic fractions. So just as a reminder, in order to do um, addition of numeric fractions, you have to make the denominators the same, and then you can just sum the top over the same denominator. So in this, the left one we're multiplying by 7, which is the denominator of the right, and then the right one we're multiplying by 5, which is the denominator of the left. So we end up with this, and then when the denominators are the same, you can just sum the top over the same denominator. Okay. Algebraic fractions have the same rules. So if you start off with a over b plus c over d, in order to make the denominators the same, you multiply this one by d, that one by b, so you're left with this, and then that simplifies down to this. And just as a final reminder, with algebraic fractions or algebraic expressions, you don't have to write the times. So this will simplify down to AD plus CB over BD. Okay, let's do an example, right? So remember we're adding this, so we need to make the denominators the same. So in order to make the denominator the same, we need to multiply numerator and denominator of this one by this one times this one, so that's a d squared. That one, this one then multiplies by that and that, so this one by ab, and then finally that one by that and that, so that's bd squared. Okay, so let's do that. So we'll end up with a times a d squared over b a d squared plus c a b over d squared a b plus d b d squared over a b d squared. Okay, so now the denominators are the same. We can say that that's going to be um, over the same denominator, which is BAD squared, and at the top you've got A squared D squared plus ABC plus B plus BD cubed. Okay, I'm just going to rewrite the denominator so that it's alphabetical order ABD squared. Okay, and that's the solution. Let's look at another example. Right, we're going to do exactly the same thing. So on the left hand side, we need to do 2 times x plus 2, and the denominator is x minus 1 times x plus 2. And on the right side, we've got 4 times x minus 1 over x minus x plus 2, x minus 1. So now that the denominators are the same, I can just do 2x plus 2 plus 4x minus 1 over x minus 1, x plus 2. Okay, and that's going to be 2x plus 4 plus 4x minus 4 over x minus 1, x plus 2. And that's going to be 6x. The 4 minus 4 becomes 0, so my final solution is 6x into x minus 1, x plus 2. Okay, now let's look at multiplication. Uh, and if you remember multiplication of numbers, you just multiply the numerators together and the denominators together, which is going to give you this. Fractions is exactly the same thing, so we're going to multiply the numerators together and the denominators together. Okay, an example of where multiplication is significantly easier than addition. Okay, so let's take a look at division. So if we start with our numeric example, 1 over 4 over 5 is the same as 1 divided by 4 over 5. In order to calculate this, we simply say that's 1 times the reciprocal of this, which is 5 over 4, and you're left with 5 over 4. Same way, let's look at a division of algebraic fractions. 1 over a over b is the same as 1 divided by a over b, which is 1 times b over a, which is just b over a. So let's do some examples. So 2a over 3b, this is going to be times by the reciprocal of this, which is 6 over a squared b, which is going to be 6 times 2 is 12a over 3a squared. B times b is b squared, and that simplifies down as 4 over a, to get rid of the coefficients, 4 over a squared b squared, and then that a goes away and it takes away one of the powers there, and you're left with 4 over ab squared. Okay, very straightforward. And then another example, well, now we've got a division and a multiplication. And remember BIDMAS, so BIDMAS S. So brackets first, there are no brackets. Indices next. So we've got the indices there, but we don't need to worry about that because um, they're all together. And then you've got division, so division first. So we need to do that first. Then we've got multiplication, addition, subtraction. So we're going to do the division first, okay, which is this. And notice that actually that is what we just calculated earlier, right? So that's going to be 4 over b, 4 over ab squared times by ab over 2. So that's going to be 4ab over 2ab squared. That's going to be 2ab over ab squared. That a goes away, that b goes away with that power, and then you're left with 2 over b. Okay, and I think we'll leave it there, and next lesson we'll pick up on division of algebraic expressions. Right, thank you for watching.